have been procrastinating all day to record this video, and then I decided it was time to get out and go for a walk. Hopefully I'll have captured some b-roll to insert in this video so you can see my local park, what I do when I need to get out of that mindset of no, let's find an excuse and a story to explain and justify why I'm not taking action. So it's turned out to be a beautiful afternoon here in Scotland, so I thought I'll get out and enjoy a beautiful walk in nature and make the decision to do the intro to this video. That's me back home, and I thought I'll just get on and record this video. I'm all sweaty from the walk, but I know that if I go and get changed, then I'll procrastinate even more and I won't record this video. The reason why I want to record this video when I've got all these stories and all these excuses that I'm making is because consistency was the key output of my 13-week challenge to reclaim the authentic me in you, the series that we just completed on YouTube and on LinkedIn. And consistency for showing up even when you don't want to show up. That is what's building self-trust and self-respect. I am showing up for myself. I am keeping my promises to myself. And I promise that I am going to produce a weekly video on YouTube, even if the view count is as low as the last couple of videos in the 13-week challenge have been. So the stories and the excuses that I was playing in my head was like, no one's watching the content, so what's the point? They're not going to miss me not producing a video. But on the flip side, I am the one that knows that I haven't fulfilled the promise to myself to be consistent, and that's the reason why I'm posting this video. So this is the human experience. As much as we gain insights and breakthroughs and we feel the endorphin and serotonin and dopamine hits, which makes us feel good about accomplishing a goal, achieving a task that we've set out to do. But day to day, we need to keep motivating ourselves. We need to keep reminding ourselves, why are we taking or wanting to take the action? Why are we wanting to build that resilience and strength to keep showing up for ourselves? It's the easiest thing to let go of a promise, but then one promise leads on to a second, to a third, until it erodes that self-belief in yourself, that you can show up for yourself, that you can do tough things. And recording a video isn't a tough thing, but all the kind of things that are replaying in my head was, if no one's watching the videos, is it because I used AI cartoon versions of myself in the thumbnails and that didn't resonate with the audience? A friend of mine mentioned a couple of weeks ago that she thought I hadn't been posting content on YouTube for a while. And I said, no, I've been producing weekly videos. And when I said that I had swapped my face, my image from the thumbnails, and I had replaced it with a cartoon version of myself using AI, she was like, oh, wait a minute, yeah, I think I did see something and it reminded me a little bit of you. But this is where people are not necessarily checking that it is the channel that they've got you linked for notifications for it to come up in their homepage feed. There's been some changes to the algorithm. So that's why I thought this time I'm going to do a thumbnail where it shows me, the real face of me, and the AI cartoon image of me. So then people that have been part of my subscribers that may have not made that connection that it is my content and it's not AI generated content within the videos. I was just experimenting with thumbnails, and I thought that 13-week challenge series I would explore using AI cartoon images of me. Now I find it really interesting and fun to create those thumbnails. I thought it was a fair likeness to myself. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with that. And However, it's not had the knock-on impact that I would have wished to have achieved by doing that experiment. But because I was doing the full series, I wanted that continuity. So I explored and I experimented for 13 weeks. Now, after this thumbnail, we'll go back to my face. And if people resonate and want to click on that image, great. If not, then I'll experiment further down the line. But the reason why I wanted to do the video today was to just remind you that we're human, that there will be days when we don't want to do things, and that is fine. That is totally okay. But when it then becomes day 2, day 3, day 4, and we constantly make up excuses and stories, then that eventually keeps us stuck. So for me, I knew that I was going to be producing this video this week, and I've spent 3 days in a row where I've come up with excuses and stories as to, oh, what's the point? There's no point. And it's like, yes, there is a point. Get in front of the camera and actually share vulnerably that I didn't want to do this video because I thought no one's watching. So what's the point of me putting in the effort to create content that maybe 3 or 4 people are actually watching? But then I flipped it round and it was like, yes, but I made a promise to myself. So that's one. And then 3 or 4 people are actually watching the videos as well. So those people are giving up their time and their energy to watch and consume the content that I'm producing. So for them, I need to show up. Or I should say, I get the opportunity to show up. This is about sharing that personal development journey. The fact that there will be days when you don't want to do stuff. However, because we want that growth, we want to see us evolving and showing up for ourselves, being our authentic selves. That's what then makes you press the record on the video. Also, the boundaries. This is where, if I set a boundary with myself with that promise that I am going to record and produce a video once a week, me not fulfilling that promise to myself, then it starts creating that tolerance to the boundary, starts reducing. What else am I going to start not fulfilling, not following through on? And before you realize it, then you start behaving in ways that an older version of you was behaving. And the whole purpose of doing the 13-week challenge, of doing a number of quests that I've done over the previous 2 months, is because I want to change my habits, my behaviors, my mindset. And I get the opportunity to do that. And when that voice, that critic comes in the self-doubt and the kind of story that sort of like, well, what's the point? Then I lean into it. And is it because of fear? Is it because you're fearing that you're being rejected by not posting, or by posting and no one viewing your video? So therefore, leaning into that and really tapping into that emotion and feeling it, feeling the discomfort, feeling the, blah, what's the point? Then it's also an opportunity for me to say, okay, I'm giving you the grace of one day you can feel that way, but day 2, we're going to start challenging that a little bit more. And day 3, I had to go for a walk in order to change my mood and state of mind and say, no, press record. Do something really uncomfortable. Press record in a park when there's other people around and record something. So I'm actually celebrating the fact that, yes, I not only overcame that procrastination, that let's not bother, and I turned it into, yes, I'm showing up for myself. I made a promise to myself, and I am going to record this video no matter how uncomfortable it is. And it just demonstrates that even when I don't want to press record, once I've pressed record, the words just come out. I'd love to be able to do a video that was like 3-4 minutes long, but I seem to, words and ramble wants to come out. So I'm just going with the flow, and I'm going to be kind and compassionate to myself and allow myself to do this video. And it's also about reminding yourself that if you're having a difficult day, if you're having a difficult week, come from that place in kindness and compassion. Lean in, question that part of you that is feeling afraid, that is feeling disappointed, that is fearing rejection, and ask it, what does it need to feel safe, to feel secure, in order for you to take the next step, to take the next action? If you feel brave enough, comment in the comments below, share so that conversation can reach more people. And if this content, because over the next few weeks, I'm going to experiment, I'm going to maybe do a little bit more B-roll, so you're not necessarily always having to look at my face. And if this resonates and you're new to this channel and not seen any of the previous content, then if it resonates, please like and subscribe. And I want you to go out and seize the day. Go for a walk. Take some action. Be brave. And remember, there's always choices in life, so choose wisely. Bye until the next one.